What's good with y'all today, man? Today I got the most hated cut for barbers, man. I got the Edgar cut for y'all today. Today I'm about to show y'all how to apply certain steps so I can achieve a very fire Edgar cut. Y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe before the video even start. If you haven't, if you're new to the channel, make sure y'all subscribe. But we're gonna keep this video off by, moistening the client's hair or damping the hair, cause we're about to part it and cut everything down to our liking. Now what we're doing right here is cutting and parting, making sections so we can start our the cutting down process. Right here we're cutting down a ½ inch of his hair because that's what he requested. And all I'm doing is making a section, cutting a ½ inch, and I'm just pulling. It's a moving, traveling guideline. And after I cut the ½ inch, I will make another section about a ½ inch's length or width, and then I'll grab some previous hair from this same section I'm cutting with. I'll grab hair from this section and travel it with the sections that I haven't cut yet, and then my guideline should be visible, and I'm just cutting everything that's over that guideline. In this process right here, just like any other process, man, it takes time to learn. It takes time, everything is a process. You gotta practice it. Practice don't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. It just takes time to get it. And this client says so thick, so when y'all do this, y'all wanna make sure y'all damp the hair. That makes it a little bit easier to get everything that you want inside the section and everything that you don't want out of the section, and comb it over to the side. With straight hair, wet hair is more manageable than dry hair. Now we're here from the back. We're not gonna really remove a lot of bulk, but all we're doing is removing some bulk right here. Making sure the top is the same width as the bottom of what I'm holding right now is what we're going to be fading into, is what the taper is going to be blending into, and we want to make sure everything over there is not covering up the spot that we're going to be tapering inside of to make the blend more, more of a transition. We're just making sure we don't have no over layered hairs or anything like that. And I'm hoping I'm explaining this well. I really haven't done a video on straight hair like this before, but I do cut it a lot. But I'll make a separate video just on straight hair. You see that I gotta get some more shears. This is supposed to be just slicing right through. But yeah, I'll make like a separate video on this, And from this angle, you can see it a little bit more better from the side. And if you're not really used to cutting straight hair or any type of straight to curly hair, anything like that, man, it just takes time. You just have to, it's the same exact steps that I use on coarse hair, it's the same exact steps that I use on straight to curly hair or just straight hair. It's the same exact steps. I'm just, it's just a little bit of, tweak to it, but, it's all the same product, all the same end goal for real. Now right here, after we do that, we're going to put on our diffuser, and we're just going to blow dry it on medium heat. Now as of right now, we're just gonna set in all our guidelines, and we are doing a high taper for this Edgar haircut. An Edgar haircut doesn't have to be a high taper or a low taper. It could be either one. Now this right here is our end goal. This is what we're gonna be getting at the end of our back taper, of our neck taper. As y'all can see, it was very blended. So if you follow these exact same steps, y'all can get that exact same look. I'm trying to tell you that this is a fire haircut, man. fire haircut. And as you can see, when I showed y'all the final product, it did irritate the skin a little bit, that I was using my trimmers to set in the bald guidelines. Well, an alternative to that is that you can flip your clippers or your trimmers upside down, and you can just you know, like how I'm doing right now. You could just do that and just set in your first guideline, or you could take your wall seniors or your babyless or whatever you use for your faders, and you could just set in your first guideline with that. And that red mark, it won't happen with everyone. Just you know, some clients are neck area more sensitive than others, or some skins are more sensitive than others. Now right here we sending our second guideline. This is with our level all the way open with our wall seniors. And that's all we're doing, just setting our second guideline. And we're gonna keep it about 1 inches width and length. We're gonna keep all of our guidelines like that. For all of the back taper, it's gonna be 1 inches in length. But I think for the side tables, we're gonna keep it, you know, of a 1/2 inch, because we have only so little space to blend inside. Now to begin to take out this section, as you can see, I got my level all the way open with my wall seniors, and we're just notching at that first guideline that we set in, that first bald guideline. That's all we're doing, is we're just making it easier to take out that first guideline, because that's one of the most hardest lines to take out with inside of a haircut. No matter if you're doing a fade or a taper, that's one of the more you know, difficult areas that beginner barbers or still barbers today that, you know, got a lot of experience, that's hard for them to take out. But you know what, I got my clippers all 0 gap for it, so it's easy for me to take that out. And right here to fade that out, all we're doing is just open our lever all the way, and we're just closing slightly till we get all the way close to the bottom of that where that first guideline that way you had set in, that first ball guideline that we started. That's all we're doing, just notching our lever all the way close till we get to that point. Now for our third guideline, we're gonna initiate that by having our wall seams with the lever all the way closed, and we're gonna put on our 1 guard. And all we're doing is we're going to another inches width in length, creating our third guideline, and that's all we're doing right here. And for all my guidelines that I'm setting in, I'm not using the C-cup motion. I'm not flicking out or anything like that. I'm setting it in there, like I'm just going straight in with my guards. Now right here we're gonna throw in a 1/2 guard. That's the guard between the 1 and 1/2 guard, or the 1 1/2 guard and the 1 guard. And we just got our lever all the way closed like we did that first ball guideline. And all we're doing is just flicking at that third guideline that we had set in. Now we have the lever all the way open, and we're gonna slightly close it or slightly flick at that middle in between the third guideline and the second guideline that we had set in, and that's how we take out that's how we fade between those 2 sections right there. Now for the next guideline that we're gonna set in is with our 1 1/2 guard, but this time the lever is all the way closed, but this time we're flicking out. We're using the flick out motion because this is the highest, this is our set point for the highest guard that we're going to be using. We are going to detail a little bit with our 2 guard, but this is our max guard right here. For all straight hair, I max it out with the 1 1/2 guard. That's how I do all my fades. And I detail with the 2 guard, or I might go up slightly with the 3 guard and detail. But right here, since we're maxing out the top of the taper right here, so we're gonna start blending. That's what we're gonna start blending into his, like, the forehead of the hair, if y'all understand that. So for at this point, we're just flicking out using the C-cup motion. Now to blend that line out underneath that, we're gonna take our 1 guard with the lever all the way closed, and then we're gonna notch at that guideline. It's a harsh guideline that y'all see. We're gonna notch at the bottom of it. We're not digging inside of them. We're gonna notch at it with the lever all the way closed, and then we're gonna open up our lever slightly to a 3/4 position, and then we're just gonna fade out. Just flicking, fade that line out. I did detail with my 1/2 guard and my 2 guard just now, with my 1 1/2 guard and my 2 guard just now, and now I'm just doing clip over comb to ease the bulk away, just to slowly ease the bulk away. We are going to do some shear work, and that's just going to soften the blend up, make everything soft. And you know, this is more so, I don't know if y'all use shears or not. Some of y'all may use shears, some of y'all may not. Some of y'all may do clip over comb, some of y'all may not. But I'll do a tutorial, you know, like a I'll take the time on my day just to do a video just on shear work, or just on clipper work, just to, you know, break down every aspect of it, just like how I did on my lineup video that I had just dropped. If you haven't checked that out, man, make sure y'all go check that out. It's a nice lineup video. Now all we're doing right here, because we do have to line up the section behind his ears, leading from his the left side taper and the right side taper to his back taper, we just gonna flick out with a number 5 guard, and then we're gonna throw in a number 4 guard all the way closed, and we're just gonna go right beneath that, just so there can be less hair there, so it can be noticeable when we set in that neckline up. So far, if this video has been helping y'all, man, let me know in the comment section. Pause the video, leave a comment, man. This is the result that we're gonna get for the right side taper. A nice blended result. For this side, we're not gonna start off by setting our first guideline. See, there's too much bulk there, so I'm using a guard that I'm gonna max out the hair with, that leads from the blend into the top of his hair, and I'm gonna use that 1 1/2 guard. Well, that 1 1/2 guard. I keep saying 1 1/2. I don't know why. I used to say 1/16, but you know, I'm trying to switch everything up, trying something new. But that's the guard that we're gonna use. Now we're gonna open our wall seams with the lever all the way open, and we're gonna create that second guideline. Remember, we still got that first ball guideline that we set in earlier. Now we're taking it out, closing the lever all the way. Now we're fading it all out, open up the lever, and slowly notching at that line, going lower and lower and lower. And every time we go lower, we're closing the lever slightly, just a little bit, so we can knock that out. Now we're having our 1 guard all the way open. That 1 1/2 guard that we set in earlier, that was just to remove a bulk. That wasn't no guideline. That was just to remove bulk. So we took our 1 guard and we went up to that line that we had set in with our 1 1/2 guard. Y'all, I'm so sorry, man. And that created our next guideline. Now we have our 1/2 guard, and we're just taking out everything between that 1 guard and our lever all the way open. Now we have on our 1 1/2 guard, and we just flicking out. We're not creating no more guidelines. When you use the flick out motion, you're blending, you're transitioning the blend into the top of his hair, into all that hair up there. We're not creating no guidelines or nothing like that. Now we got on our 1 guard with the lever all the way closed, and we're just flicking at that line. And then we're gonna open up our lever and then close it slightly, which is a 3/4 position. And then we're just gonna blend everything between now. Now, just like we did with the back taper, the neck taper, we just doing clip over comb. And as you can see, man, that's a nice blend, a very nice blend. Y'all follow these steps, man, y'all gonna have the same exact blend, I promise. Now this is our results for the left side taper. Very nice blended, the hair could look fire. Now right here, since we already did one side of the head, I've already set in my guidelines on this side. Now I'm just gonna show y'all how I transitioned the blend into the top of his hair. And it's the same process. You throw in the 1 1/2 guard, you flick out, then you use clip over comb. All clip over comb is used to debulk and stuff, make the blend a little bit more, a little bit more buttery, and make the transition a little bit more better. Now we're doing our neckline up. Remember, when you do the neckline up, when you're above the ear, you always want to use the corners of your blades. And the reason why I chose this DLC blade to do the task for his neckline up is because his hair is so thick. And this blade, the DLC blade, is meant to cut through thick and bulky, hair, because the teeth are so long. And this is the result for the lineup that we will get for this haircut. Now for the Edgar, I'm gonna give y'all some tips real quick. When y'all doing the lineup for the Edgar or for anyone with bangs, you wanna cut a little bit of their bangs off. Not just like a shadow of like what their bangs are. You wanna take some of that hair off, just so when you texturize the top, or just you might put powder or styling. Well, whenever you style the top, you want to texturize it and make it look. It just makes the haircut pop out more, and this process makes the bangs easier to line up. And for the lineup, I use no hoarder spray. Now to make this a lot easier for y'all, since the hair is so thick in his bangs, you want to line him up with your faders, with your wall scenes or your babyless. You want to line him up with that first, and once you get the outline of his lineup with that, then you want to switch to your trimmers and then clean up all the spots that need to be straightened out, or the hair that needs to be, the hair that you need to get out just to make that lineup straight. And that's all we're doing. We treating these wall scenes just like they was trimmers or low pro trimmers. And now you can see right here, I'm using my trimmers to clean up everything that need to be cleaned up to make the lineup straight. And for all you that cut coarse hair, or don't be scared to transition into a spot where you could cut any type of hair texture. That's what I try to focus on, being versatile. I could cut anybody that come in the shop and sit down in my chair. And for those of you that only cut straight hair, don't be scared to tap into coarse hair a little bit more. Each person is gonna have their difficulties and their strengths within. A person coming from straight hair to coarse hair is gonna have difficult cutting coarse hair. A person that's cutting coarse hair and is transitioning into straight hair is gonna have problem with straight hair. Don't be scared to tap into that next level. Make sure y'all know how to cut every single hair texture. Don't be scared to be versatile, be different. You can't be the best if you can't cut every single hair texture. Now this is what he came in looking like, man. He looked very rough, very rough. And that's the after. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified whenever we got another fire tutorial dropping, man. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Let me know what y'all thought about it in the comment section. And we out.